All right, hey ladies and gentlemen, Dana here, and we're going to show a quick video today about how to pull free leads for low equity specifically, but also seller finance. So if you're looking to do maybe subject to, where we're going to take over the loan, we're going to either keep it ourselves as a rental or we're going to assign that for a wholesale fee. I can help you with either of those. Or if you want to try and do seller finance, how to find some leads for free if you didn't want to pay for a service like propstream or batch. So let's see, the two quickest ways that I can show you, and hopefully this is recording properly, is Zillow. So let's look at Zillow real quick. You can go to, and this is just like a high level, I've got it popped up and it's over a specific area, but you could search specifically like Florida, right? And you say, well, I just want to see Florida. And then you can view right here for sale. I wouldn't even bother with price because you're going to be a wide range of what we're looking for here. Bed baths, I wouldn't select on those because sometimes it can exclude them if you do that. But what you want to do is go to more over here and you want to see it by agent listed, new construction, foreclosures, auctions. To be honest, it doesn't matter on these ones. It's not really going to change anything if you take those off based off of what we're looking for. But if you scroll all the way to the bottom and you type in something like assumable and hit apply, now we're going to go from all of these records and you can see stuff like here. Let's see, Sarasota, Florida. My thing is probably in a bad spot. Where are we at? Assume the current lot rate. We don't want that. So that's for like a mobile home or something. How about this one here? You can see into the description, there we go, assumable VA loan at 5.125% interest. It's only been on for 2 days. It has 228 saves. So this is a hot property regardless, but for free. In what did that take us? Probably less than a minute, 2 minutes. We've already looked at a couple properties. One was bad, right? The first one, that's cool disclosure, right? I'm not editing that out of it. Just the first one was assumable lot rent. We don't want assumable lot rent, but we can do assumable VA loan at 5.125%. That's under the 5.5 that we're searching for, so that would potentially make sense. So then we can go potentially, if you wanted to, let's see, I'll move myself here. You could actually come over here to home type and deselect manufactured apartments, lots and land, and then apply that and see if that doesn't help us get rid of some of those assumable lot rents. So some of those things just went off of there, and then you can come back down. Let's see, what does this one look like? Assumable 4.625% loan. There we go. It's been on Zillow for 2 hours. We just found this. It's been on Zillow 2 hours, has 2 saves. It's listed at $459.9. Now the bad part about Zillow and potentially looking at these for low equity is it just says that it's an assumable loan. And so we're not trying to assume it, but the fact that it's assumable means that it's a low interest rate, right? And so it could work for low equity and subject to. It could potentially work for a hybrid where we take over that debt subject to and we pay the seller the difference in either a seller carry, maybe there's a silent second, however that works out. So anyways, we've got now 2 properties that we've found. Let's see the next one here. Where is assumable? Assumable FHA 3.125% loan up to $180,000 as part of the purchase. So there we go. These one actually put it in there. So half-ish of this property can be assumed. We don't want to assume it, but we could take that subject to and pay the seller the difference in a monthly payment if that made sense for the seller. So anyways, that's how you use Zillow to search for assumable, right? So there's a keyword. We just looked here. There's 500 plus results that you could call on. So if you just wanted to call on Zillow all day for Florida, there are plenty of leads for you to call on. And you may or may not know the exact mortgage rate. You may or may not know the exact equity, but a quick phone call to the agent, finding out the 4 pillars. So it's condition, which you're going to probably be able to tell from just the pictures, the
price, which you're going to be able to tell mostly from the Zillow listing because it's got a price on there, the timeline, right, which you'll be able to find out when you talk to them of, oh, have they already bought the new place? What are they moving for a job? You have a couple quick questions like that, and you can find out what's the situation going on there. And motivation, right? So maybe you find out the motivation is that they found a new job and they've already moved and the place is vacant and they're burning $3,000 a month with this thing just sitting there vacant. Your offer of potentially just taking over that mortgage, covering the seller's agent costs, may make sense for them to want to do that. So anyways, another option that you can do on here is, so those are if you're going after subject to or hybrid. The other one that you can do is type in something like finance. If you're looking more for something like seller finance, you could come in and see, this one's a little bit trickier. Investor special, will not last long, seller financing available. So there you go. It's been listed 128 days, 981 saves, hasn't sold yet, and it's available for seller financing. So maybe their price is nuts, but you know, at the right seller financing, it doesn't matter. And if it's been listed for that long, right? So Zillow says it's worth $139.9. They're asking $149.9. Oh, let's see. They just dropped it $50,000. They were asking $200,000 for it. So here's a free lead for you. If you guys want to call on this listing here, I'm not going to turn off the address. Normally I hide the address because YouTube doesn't like it. I don't know. I'm going to leave them on here because for the sake of this one, I don't want it to hide it. So anyways, there was one right there. Here's another one. Let's see. Under construction, the home is eligible up to 100% financing. Nope, that's not what we want. Because that's from a builder, right? So we're not looking for that. Back on the market, financing fell through. Okay, that's not what we want, right? So we're disqualifying it super quick. We want to get off of that one and move on to the next one. 199 here, must see, affordable, 2-bed, 2-bath. Where's financing? Seller financing available. Do not wait. Will not last long. Zillow thinks it's worth $191. They're asking $199.9. It's been on for 493 days, so something's potentially wrong with this. But anyways, so we just found multiple subject to or hybrid offers that we can be calling and making without spending $1, right? Zillow is 100% free. You can make that search. You can move it to a different state. You call a different state every day. You could pick a week and then just run through the whole freaking thing. Whatever works for you. Have a lot of these conversations with agents. And then if you get somebody hot and interested, bring it back to me and I will help close that deal for you and get you paid on that situation. So anyways, the next one that I want to talk about right now is propwire.com. So propwire.com is a Jerry Norton product and it's completely free. The bad part about propwire is the data is not always 100% accurate when you're looking for like seller finance stuff. If you're going for cash deals, that kind of thing, it's going to be a lot more potentially interesting. But so for the example, I just left it on Florida here, or I already pre-searched it. So you would just go to joinpropwire.com or propwire.com. Make an account. It's completely free. I have like $5 on this one. I was using this for a while for skip tracing. So like for an example, you can go skip trace things for 15 cents or something like that. If you didn't want to pay for a big thing, you have to load like $20 or something like that on here. And then you could go skip trace one by one. And I'll show you one other thing, but normally the skip tracing is more for like direct to seller things. And what we're focused on here is on market, direct to agent to see about seller finance or potentially subject to. So on lead types here, I have it selected for low equity. On property types, I have just single family homes. On the price filter, I have between 200 and 600,000. You don't want it too much below 200,000 because it's hard to squeeze an assignment out of it, right? If it's a $150,000 house, you're gonna get maybe like a $3,000 to $5,000 assignment out of it unless you get it really deep. So you get a bigger chance of getting an assignment and a bigger assignment if you have a higher dollar amount on there. And you could go above 600,000, but if I'm looking for just like a traditional rental, you probably wouldn't want to go too much higher than that. I did select 3-bed, 2-bath or above, which you could leave that blank if you really wanted to. As far as owner filters, you don't care about occupied, you don't care about in-state, but you do want it to be individual because we don't want to mess with business or trusts. We don't care about all the other stuff. I do have on here years of ownership 1 to 5 because that filters it down to the time when interest rates were between like 2.25% and 5.5% interest. So it just helps it to flow that way a little bit.
Financial filters, I have it on here of estimated equity up to 15%. And again, it's not always 100% accurate, so you have to use it kind of with a grain of salt. So based off of that, it shows there are 2,460 results. You can see that right there that you want to look at. We have it sorted by equity, and so that's starting with the higher equity and then going down. And then so you can see like this property right here gives you a photo, 495 Portside Drive in Pensacola, Florida, 3-bed, 2-bath, 1,525 square feet, listed at 280. And then you can go down and see that it is a VA loan, which means there is no PMI on it. It's going to be potentially a lower payment. Let me move myself right here. Estimated loan payment is around $1,200. Estimated loan balance is $191. So if it's $191 and they owe $280, that's probably not necessarily a low equity for a straight sub 2, but this could work as potentially a hybrid. So just kind of be aware of that. Let's close this one. We go on to the next one. You can see the same idea. It's for sale. It is low equity. About this home, blah, blah, blah. Camper and tractor do not convey. It's listed at $425. It's a conventional loan. The loan balance is $294. So this says it's only got $52,000 equity, but it's because propwire thinks that it's not worth the price that they're asking. They think it's worth $347. It's listed for $425. So this means that that's not a deal, and we probably would just move on from that one. Again, that's what you have to deal with when you're not paying for the service and you're getting a free thing. So I actually was showing somebody this the other day, so you can see already real quick. I would just move on from this one. I wouldn't even keep looking at it because estimated value from propwire is $411,000. List price is $524. They're $100,000 off, which means them thinking that it's low equity. It's not low equity. You can see, let's see, list price $598, estimated value $451, says it's low equity. It's not low equity. You want those to be close, because if they say, okay, so like here, that's close enough. They think it's worth $400, it's listed for $450. Mortgage balance is $339. So it's not terrible. Again, this could be a potential hybrid situation, but maybe not necessarily a subject to. You can see here, they think it's worth $339 versus $424. Again, a real quick one that you can pop into. I didn't do any pre-research on this, so here we go. These are close, listed at $363, estimated value $331. It's got an estimated loan of $290, or sorry, that was the loan, estimated balance of $280 and an estimated low payment of $1,742. This is a VA, again, which means there's no PMI on it. And generally those ones, they put down less on it. So what is that? 363,000. You can really do like quick math and just take off 8%, which is going to be like standard agent commissions and closing costs. And what the seller would net would be like 333. So if they owe 280 minus 280 gives you a $54,000 buffer. So we could either potentially, it would have to come into this and cash out the seller somewhere close to that $54,000 and then just take over their loan payment and move forward. If we're taking over a low interest rate, which you could scroll down further and it's got a lot more information about taxes, property values, things like that. You can see on history, like some of the additional mortgage information. It's just whether it's a 30-year or a 15-year. It doesn't always give you the exact interest rate, so that's kind of one of the bad parts about it. But if you do anything from late 2021 through like June of 2022, then even late 2020, but through like June of 2022, it's going to be in an interest rate that should make sense to look at. So, and again, even if it's that $54,000, maybe it's $20,000 down to the seller plus cover the agent commission closing costs. And then we have $40,000 that we pay to the seller over time in an additional note. So anyways, some other things to look out for. You'll see stuff like this, that it's still active, but it's pending. You could be one that you call on it and just say, hey, I saw that was pending. I'd love to be a backup offer for you. Or you could just move on and not even call it. Again here, so 309 is the estimated value, 329 is the list price. We can see that it's a VA loan. Estimated loan balance is 262, and they're listed at 329. So 329 minus 8% gets to 302,680 minus an estimated loan balance of 262.
to 289, leaves a difference of 40 grand that we're working with to potentially make this a sub-2 deal. And normally we want it to be within like 10% of the purchase price. It can go a little bit either way. So if it's too much further than that, right? So 40 grand is over the 10% because that would only be like 33,000 bucks. Plus we still have to pay an agent cost, plus we still have to pay an assignment fee to us that we're going to try and get on the back end of it. So it'd have to be potentially a little bit lower than that, and or again, 15, 20,000 down, and we do the rest in a payment or over time on a balloon. So anyways, what do you guys think about that? Hopefully that was a good quick video. I don't know how long I've been recording here. Let me make myself bigger to end this video. So anyways, hopefully you guys liked that. So that's how you use Zillow to go get yourself some free seller finance and subject to low equity deals. That's how you use propwire.com to go out and get yourself some free low equity or seller finance deals. You can also get a lot of cash deals from those if you search different keywords and stuff like that. So again, you have no money, you don't want to pay $100 a month for propstream, which you should use my links down in the description to do that. But this is how you get started, right? Get started this way. Don't spend any money. Just get your cell phone and your computer that you're already on anyways, and just start hitting calls, cranking calls and talking to the agents and saying, hey, I saw this, that it might fit for a way I'd like to buy a rental. And I'm curious if you could tell me, does the property have any rent restrictions? That's how I like to normally get into it. And then, hey, what do you think this would rent for? Just out of curiosity. They're gonna give you a number and you're gonna say, man, with today's rates, that's probably not gonna work cash flow wise. So I don't know if that'll work, but out of curiosity, I saw that you had this listed as assumable. I'm curious what you guys are looking at for that. Had they considered, instead of somebody assuming it, just taking over the payment via like a wrap, where we would do a mirror wrap and take over in the exact same term rate payments that they have? Because I buy in an LLC and I can't assume it, unfortunately, right? You guys need to know that. You're buying in an LLC, you can't assume, but we can take it over, and we have taken over multiple properties in the last year that way to buy as rentals. And the agent's gonna say, I'm not sure, maybe, yes, no, they're gonna give you one of those kind of answers. And if it gets to any kind of shape, way, or form of them saying, I'm not sure, that might work for them, then you're going to be able to say, well, look, I tell you what, I would love to run the numbers by one of my guys who does all the underwriting for deals that we buy. If I can just get a copy of the mortgage statement and or just the mortgage details as far as the rate, payment, interest, term, all that fun stuff, the mortgage statement will give it to me easier without you having to like write it all down and maybe miss something. If you shoot that to me, I can see if we can shoot an offer. Worst case, it doesn't work for your seller. Best case, we close this and we get you paid within the next 30 days. How does that sound? And should go for it. So anyways, appreciate you. Let me know in the comments down below, was this helpful? And let me know how your first couple searches go. I would love to hear about you. DM me on Instagram at Dana Invests. Again, the link for that will be down in the description. And appreciate you guys watching the video.